Let's keep talking about spring 2024 anime. Vampire Dormitory. I had this one high on my list because I fucking love vampires. Maybe that's a cliche. I don't care. I really enjoy vampire lore. And so this one kind of looked pretty interesting, and so I gave it a look. Initial thoughts are interesting. Interesting story. So essentially what's happening here is we've got this young person, Mito Yamamoto, which is an ambiguous name, and I'll get to that. So Mito is a young person, I believe around 18, just from context clues in the show, who is homeless and trying to survive. Their family died at a young age, their parents, and they were tossed between family members and treated like an inconvenience for their entire childhood. As soon as they aged out, which I believe is 18 in Japan, that's when you graduate high school, the family member they were staying with kicked them out. And so they spent time desperately trying to find a job. They did get a job, but for various reasons they were fired and then left homeless again. So they make their way across a bridge to another part of town, outside what is essentially a butler cafe. And if you don't know what a butler cafe is, it's a thing in Japan, kind of like a maid cafe, but with attractive men dressed up as butlers who wait on your hand and foot. It's very, very popular with young women. They normally serve afternoon tea type stuff there, so like little sandwiches and pretty cakes and very aesthetic stuff. And then all the butlers, like I said, are attractive men. Anyway, Yamamoto takes shelter under the awning, somehow falls through the door, knocks over a vase, and one of the workers there is a tall, handsome man with long hair called Mito, and he offers to help Yamamoto, picks them up because they're bleeding, takes them into the back to clean them up, ends up tasting their blood because Mito's a vampire. Plot twist. And so Mito's like, oh, your blood's disgusting, get out, get out. So kicks Yamamoto out. And then there's a blonde guy there. And I forgot his name, but he's very pretty. And he appears out of nowhere. He's also a vampire. And talks about Mito needs to find a thrall. So there's a whole other lore behind all this. Basically, in the vampire world, a new ruler needs to come in. They cannot ascend unless they have a thrall, and a thrall is basically a person they bond with, somebody they've fallen in love with, whose blood they've drank, and who becomes like their bonded partner. And so hot blonde guy is the current leader, I think. Maybe I missed that, but he's basically applying pressure on Mito to find the thrall because he wants him to ascend. This is not Mito, this is somebody else. He was actually introduced at the end of the episode, so we don't know too much about him just yet. So anyway, that's kind of the backstory. And so Mito is like, you know what? Let me give this person a try. Trigger warning for attempted unaliving of themselves. Yamamoto is walking back across the same bridge, I believe it is. And they kind of have a bit of a depressing moment where they talk about how there's nobody there for them. Nobody cares about them. They're all alone. They've been all alone for a long time. Why not just give up? And so they stand on the edge of the bridge, looking down into the rushing water. And then they're like, no, I shouldn't get down on myself. I need to keep going. And as they go to get back, they slip because it's raining and they fall. And Mito saves them. And then kind of drinks Yamamoto's blood properly, bites the neck, all that stuff. And then takes Yamamoto back to their dormitory, because they live in a dormitory for this school. Anyway, it's the men's dormitory. And so he says to Yamamoto, who presents as a young boy, explains the whole situation, says that he would like Yamamoto to be his thrall, he can make his blood taste more delicious. So that's the other thing. Your blood tastes more delicious the more loved you are. And so he says to Yamamoto, Mito says to Yamamoto, I will love you until your blood tastes sweet. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically the message. And so, Yamamoto agrees, I think partly out of desperation because they're homeless and struggling. But also they are curious. So anyway, they go into the bathroom to take a bath because they're soaked from the rain. And through the door, Mito says something like, I never expected it to be you know, a man, but it doesn't matter to me. And plot twist at the end, Yamamoto's surprised because secretly Yamamoto's a girl. And so this is the thing. So I think they dress as a young boy to protect themselves because they're homeless, which completely makes sense. But throughout their childhood, they're presented as looking like a young boy. So I am going to refer to them in a gender neutral term because I'm not sure how else to refer to them. So I'm just going to call them Yamamoto because that's their name. But at the end of it, they take the wig off and they have long hair and they say, but I am a girl. And they've got like chest bindings and stuff. Very, very interesting. But my overall thoughts, because I've been rambling basically about the premise of the story because I thought it was pretty interesting. Overall thoughts is, I think the art style is stunning. I think everybody's drawn beautifully in this. The background is lovely. The animation is very interesting. It has a couple of those odd little CGI moments in it. Like there's a part where Mito is drinking strawberry milk. Sorry, not strawberry milk, strawberry juice. And there's a strawberry on the side of the glass, and it looks weird. But other than that, it is pretty nicely animated too. And yeah, I think it's an interesting story, an interesting premise. I think there's some rivalry going on with this guy, whose name I don't know yet. So we'll see how that goes. Should be pretty interesting. I'm going to keep watching this weekly. Let me know your thoughts, and thanks for watching.